Somebody's got a bit of drama in their life. You want to know what it is? Well, let me tell you. This is Taryn's story. Taryn says, through mutual friends, I recently got to know a woman who is smart, funny, and just genuinely fun to be around. And it turns out she also happens to be my boyfriend's ex. They dated a few years ago, nothing dramatic or toxic, and they have both clearly moved on. But the second he found out that we've been hanging out, he got weird. He says it makes him uncomfortable, and he asked me to stop seeing her. Now, the thing is, I really like her. I don't feel threatened, and I know she's not trying to start anything. We just get along great. Do I have to cut her off just because of their past? Is this a situation where keeping peace with my boyfriend means letting go of a new friend? Is that a rhetorical question, Taryn? Like, what is more important? This new toy? Or your boyfriend? Seriously. Taryn, I agree with your boyfriend. It is a little weird if one's partner is friends with one's ex. In other words, if the roles were reversed and he was friends with one of your exes, I mean, are you telling me that it would be all good and kosher and life's dandy? I don't think so. I mean, unless you were friends before you all dated him at whichever point in your lives. It is weird. And I don't discount the fact that she's a great experience, a great person to be around and all of that. But there are many people who are smart and funny and just generally fun to be around. Why does it have to be her? Why her, Taryn? That's my question to you. Why can't you be friends with someone else? You know, is the world going to end simply because you're not friends with her? Come on. So if I'm your partner, Taryn, I'm sitting here thinking, it's a very easy one. You know, it's either me or her. And I'm also expecting you to choose me. It's a reasonable expectation for you to choose me, Taryn. Seriously. That's my 2 cents. What's yours? Here we are with Taryn's dilemma. She wants to be friends with her boyfriend's ex. I mean, I don't know what the end game is, but here we are. What do you think? And is this something that is common? Maybe something you've experienced where you ended up just being friends with your ex. No drama, no fuss, nothing untoward, no nefarious intention. Literally just people vibing, happen to really like each other as good vibes, and that's it. Yo, balance me on how that works out. Why do people like complicating lives so much? And in this particular case, Taryn, why would you want to complicate yours? When now you have a boyfriend that is uncomfortable with something and you are persisting. Isn't the idea of relationships also to make our partners happy? And sometimes it requires a bit of, I don't know if compromise is the word. It's not the most positive word, but you get my drift. You may have good intention, Taryn, that you're just kicking it. You know, we just kicking it. But what about the ex? Can you be absolutely 100% sure that the ex also just is above board? Nothing, dodgy going on. She also just wants to kick it with you. How sure are you? Exactly. You're not quite sure.
Hi there, Mo. Just want to let you know that both my ex-husbands are big friends with each other, and none of them are friends with my boyfriend. Weird, eh?
Run that by me again.
Hi there, Mo. Just want to let you know that both my ex-husbands are big friends with each other, and none of them are friends with my boyfriend. Weird, eh?
But I mean, you are not in their lives. And it is weird. Absolutely weird. Like, what's going on there?
Hi, Mo. So I'm totally in agreement with you, Taryn girl. You don't have to be friends with her. The only time that you need to have your ex's partner in your life and that you have to get along with is when you have children. I'm good friends with my ex's other girlfriend. And the reason for this being is we've got 2 children and they need to know each other's siblings. So unless you get to know an ex and it's because of the best interest of the child, you have got no business being friends with one of his exes.
Yeah, I'm totally aligned with that thinking, honestly. And the other thing is, if I'm sitting here as Taryn's boyfriend, I'm also kind of wondering, like, what is my ex sharing with Taryn? Right? I think I'm well within my right, because there could be things that are said about me that are either not true, maybe half-truths, over-exaggerated. She could instill a bit of fear, question, doubts in Taryn's mind. It's just messy. I hope some of the comments are just balancing your vision on this situation. Look, nobody sending messages on the show can tell you what to do. Even I can't, Taryn. We can simply just balance your vision, right?
Hi, Mo Flava. Is that even a dilemma at all? It sounds like a self-imposed dilemma. Why would you want to be friends with your boyfriend's ex? I mean, that's your direct competition. That's the person that could potentially want to get back together with your boyfriend. Why would you want them in your space, in your zone, in your friendship circle? I don't think it makes sense. And if it was the other way around, would you want your boyfriend to be friends with your ex? Definitely not. Then he's still in your life, still in your routine, still in your schedules, still in everything you're doing. I think there's a self-imposed dilemma. You shouldn't want to be friends with your boyfriend's ex. You should choose one or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine the note sharing exercise where they're sitting together comparing notes. Maybe in his previous relationship, they hardly went anywhere on holiday, but in yours, you guys go everywhere. And now you're comparing notes. What a mess.
Good morning, Mo Flava. I can't imagine myself being friend with my husband ex or him with my ex. I mean, there's a reason why the person is an ex. My husband wouldn't want to see that person around. Also me, why should I entertain such? Their history for a reason. I mean, keep history as a history, man. Ew! She's just asking for trouble. Tomorrow she found the ex with the boyfriend. She shouldn't blame anyone. Who does that, Mara? Can't we just be serious for once in this life? I feel like this lady, she's not serious at all.
I agree with you. She's not serious. Or maybe she's serious. Actually, let's give Taryn a bit of credit here. I think she is serious, because if she wasn't, she wouldn't be sending this message. So I think she's something in her saying, no, but hang on, Taryn. Look in the mirror and have a real chat with yourself. Absolutely. Huh? Let's stop fiddling with X's. X is for excommunicated. That's what X stands for. And it's excommunication for a reason. Huh?
Mo Flava on 947.